boy. Oh boy. What's up, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku here, back with another video, and we have an update. Well, a not so good update. I wish it was a good update, but it's not a good update on the Tiny Toons reboot and the Buster Bunny and Babs Bunny situation. So, for anybody who doesn't know, I made a video which uh, covers pretty much the situation. I can't say specifically what it is in specific words, but basically, Buster and Babs in the reboot series will now be twins, brother and sisters, rather than, no relation, uh, romantic couple, basically, like they were in the original, which is just creepy. And you know what it is, but I can't say it on YouTube because YouTube is YouTube. They'll get you on for less. They'll get you on for less. So yeah, not doing that. Anyways, I get more into the situation on the video, which again it should be up there or whatever on the screen or whatever on the sidebar or whatever it is. So we're not going to cover that specifically, but we are going to cover some news about the showrunner who basically did an interview on IO9 about the situation, and I'm going to talk about it and say some my own opinions on it. But first and foremost, I want to just say this right now. There is a petition. I had gotten in. I had seen it actually before, because I was saying when this first all went down, that someone needed to make a petition. And I actually was thinking about making one, but I didn't really get around the time to do it. But by the time I really started considering it, someone had already made one, which is good. Because I was hoping someone was going to make it before I did, before I had to make it. Because it would have gotten to that point of, had I not seen it before, 2 days ago or whatever it was, because someone had to make that, like, really. And I did I did tag it. I was like sharing it with a bunch of people, and then I also put a comment and pinned it on my YouTube, as well as the blog on Demian, or the journal on Demian Art, with my video in it. By the way, I will say, if more people want to see me do that again, I will. The reason why I stopped doing it last year was because not many people were interested. So, more people will be interested in seeing my videos be posted on Demian Art with like the blog post or whatever, I'll do that. But anyways, getting back to this. So again, but also the petition in the description if you haven't signed it yet. But anyways, so the showrunner, Erin Gibson. I'm sorry if I'm saying that name wrong, but I guess Erin Gibson is her name. Which, by the way, her Twitter account is currently protected. I have to go in the steal because she does have DMs. She does have a DM, okay, for Twitter. Now, I don't know if it's protected or like it's limited to certain people. But I will say, if you do try to reach out to this person, to be respectful and don't like be, very aggressive in the comments or in the DM when you message her. Do not do that. That will not get anywhere. and it will only cause more friction. Be respectful. Might write a respectful message to her, telling her why she should not have them as siblings. So I will say that right now because some people on Twitter have been saying to do that. So if people have done it, don't be disrespectful in your messages. If you can message her, I'm not sure. I haven't tried it. So there's that. Okay. So, anyways, getting to her IO9 article interview, I will say this right now. There's an old saying: when you have something that's a bad situation and it's a really bad, ugly situation, the best thing to do is remain silent. Because sometimes saying more might make it worse. And I could pretty much concur that this IO9 interview should not have been done by the showrunner. As a matter of fact, I would argue that this actually makes her situation as making this decision for Babs and Buster to be siblings makes it even more creepier, which is probably why she shouldn't have done this interview, especially days after the whole reveal at San Diego Comic-Con. So, okay, so basically in this article, she claims she grew up as a huge 90s and a huge fan of Tiny Toons, which I don't buy that, because if she was, then she would know why this is bad and ugly. But I liked all of it. Or actually, wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The article actually is interviewing all the people that were at San Diego Comic-Con in here, and they're all messed up into one article. So this was actually the voice actor for Babs. So hold on, guys. Let me get to the one. If you guys want to read everybody's involvement interview, go ahead. But I'm not going to get to that because that's not what I really care about in this. So if you want to read the interviews from the new voice actors or whatever, go ahead. I will say that in terms of the voice actors, I do not like that they, changed pretty much every like voice actor that was still available that was in the original cast. Their big promotion was it's a diverse cast or whatever, but I really don't know why they have to send that message. I mean, you had Summer Creed as two of the main characters in the original Tiny Toons, so I don't know what the force on that whole thing was. Who I'm almost assuming is not coming back as Amara, because Amira is coming back, as well as Max. They're coming back because they literally said, well, I'm not saying they said, there was another promotional concept art where they're actually shown, but they're going to be like, I guess, limited. So they're going to be like lesser characters. Like they're going to be in it, but they're probably not going to get that much screen time. They're probably going to get an occasional cameo here and there, and that's probably it. But who knows? And Elmira's probably going to be watered down to probably maybe just hugging, and that's maybe it. And maybe even that's going to be restricted. Who knows? But so the whole thing with Elmira is, like I said, Summer Creed's probably not coming back for that because, again, she said, like, last year that the character wasn't going to be happening, and obviously she has the inside scoops on what's going on. So obviously they're not bringing her back, because they told her that she wasn't coming back, and, well, she is. So obviously she was told incorrect information. Um, at least like in a main capacity. But again, that's getting a little off topic. But that's just getting off the top of the voice actors here. But I'm not gonna talk about the voice act. I'm not gonna spend too much time on the voice actors, because it's whatever. You knew the cast was gonna be changed. They pretty much said that, so it doesn't matter at this point. But that's not my issue. I'm not really. It's whatever. I didn't really care who the voice actors were at this point. Not that I wouldn't have not complained. But I'm going to get to this right here. So this is what she said on the topic. Erin Gibson. Basically, she said, end quote, and she will be before this erasure, which changes a few things from the original. Gibson confirmed that change to Babs and Buster's relationship to IO9. End quote. They are fertilizing twins, which was not an original plot point. No shit. I want to drive into a brother/sister relationship that looks really symbolizing and collaboration and support, not an antagonist shit. Seeing two people who are really on the same page, and then how do people who are so close make new friends? New friends? Finds out who they are by their new relationship. These new colleagues and experience while still having fun and doing the dumbest stuff you've ever seen on TV, but having the story and plot points and character development, end quote. Okay, so here's the problem with that. We have a show where they weren't siblings, they were not related, and they kissed on the lip, and they dated, they went to the prom. That's the problem. You can't take a damn character and be like, oh yeah, we're going to now have them do this. And this is going to be a children's show on Cartoon Network. Do you see the problem? Man, I could see so many parents complain. Like, man, I could see parents like sending emails to Cartoon Network that this is, especially if they go watch the original show. If they watch the original show, they're going to be like, no, we are not letting our kids watch this. There's no way. This is ridiculous. This whole thing is ridiculous. Unbelievable. She clearly, this what's it called? This showrunner, like I said, I don't want to be so negative to this person, but how can you justify writing something like that when if you actually watch the original show, know that this is weird and creepy? And again, I will say this right now to anybody that is messaging her on Twitter, because I've seen people on Twitter that are supposedly messaging her, or going to, do not like yell or scream or whatever, if you can get through or whatever. Be respectful, put a respectful message post to her, to your points on why this is bad. Because that's going to get us nowhere at this point. Like I said, this is the worst decision I've ever seen in media when it comes to cartoons or anime. We mostly cover... most of our videos here is covering anime, but I occasionally do cover cartoon stuff when it's necessary. And obviously, I'm gonna be keep up on this whole situation on this because I was a fan of Tiny Toons as a kid. I mean, I'm a '90s kid, guys. I was born in 1991, so I lived through the Animaniacs with the reruns or the original shows, or the original stuff that was still coming out at the time. I love Tiny Toons. It was a great show. It had a great run. And to see what they're doing to the franchise, just it's just very disappointing. And it's really this one change, really. I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, with the voice actors, I think it's unnecessary to change the voice actors. But I can't blame, if they had seen this, I can't blame them getting out of there for it. It's really unfortunate. And I think, I'll say this right now. I've said this when it comes to dubbing about laws being put in for video games coming overseas to be mandated to be English dubbed. I think now there should be a law to prohibit this, to prohibit any creator doing this. And I know that's going to sound very extreme to some people, but let's let it be known, anybody who did artwork, anybody who draws artwork that does this type of stuff can actually go to jail for it, believe it or not. Yes, they can. If you promote certain things on your artwork. So I don't think media should not be allowed to not get in trouble for doing certain things like this for pre-established characters. And I know that might again sound extreme to some people, but I don't want to see something like this ever again occur in media. Because it seems like this is gonna be that the showrunner seems to be set on this this whole thing. I don't think she's gonna change, unless Warner Brothers forces her to change it. I think that this is pretty much like the interview pretty much kind of sets what she wants to do. And it's going to be really hard to convince a showrunner at this point in the game, especially as it's coming out. Unless the only way I could see it happening is if parents complain to Cartoon Network. Obviously they don't send letters anymore. They send emails now. But that's the only way I think this is going to actually change. But I mean, I think the show will get canceled for sure. I mean, I don't know any, like I said, I mean, I don't know how a parent that grew up with this show is going to want their kids to see this show after hearing what they've heard, So I definitely think the show will get canceled after one season. I do believe it will, if they stick with this. No one is going to feel comfortable with promoting that. Whether it's indirectly or not, whether it was completely unintentional or not, it's still promoting in. I can't say what it actually is, but it is promoting it. And it's not something that, like I said, I can't watch the show. I will not watch the show. And I will tell anybody that, that was a fan of Tiny Toon or anybody, I'll tell them what they did to the show, and I will encourage them not to watch it either, because I can't, and I know, and pretty much most of the people I've talked to can't consciously watch a show that supports that, whether it's indirectly or not. So that's my whole thoughts on it. I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys. I just don't know what to say. Besides, this is just crazy. And I'll keep, if there's anything that's new that's coming out, I will cover it. I'm very disappointed with a lot of the YouTubers that are covering this right now. And yes, there were some YouTubers that I've seen cover this, but not nearly as enough. And I really thought people that I see on YouTube that make videos usually on this, on these certain topics, not covering it, okay? Which really pissed me off. I had even commented on a couple of people's channels asking them to cover it, and still no videos from those YouTubers. But God forbid people covered He-Man, and when the whole He-Man reboot came on, and a lot of people were pissed off with a lot of the changes in He-Man with the bait and switch type stuff. Which is whatever. I'm not really a fan of He-Man. I was never really that much into that. I mean, I was a 90s guy, so I missed out on that whole thing. But I seen so many people make videos on He-Man. And while I do agree that they really screwed people on He-Man, I think this whole situation is much worse than He-Man. All right? And yet I haven't seen any of the YouTubers who covered the He-Man situation cover this. I seen so many people cover that situation. And not one of them, so far, at this time of me making this video, has covered this. And that really disappoints me. I'm not going to name specific YouTubers, but you know who you are, because I've reached out to you. On your videos, on your Instagram, you covered it months before the leaks were even official. You covered the whole bait and switch on He-Man months before, but then you're silent on this. You're silent on this. And that really disappoints me. You're too busy covering stuff about Disney rather than covering something that's weird and crappy as this. So, hopefully that person makes a video after I make this video, but I doubt it. You guys probably already know who I'm talking about. And again, I'm not going to name who it is because I don't want to throw people under the bus. But it does kind of piss me and kind of disappoints me that they have not made a video yet on it. But yeah, guys, that is about it. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I will be probably... I don't like to normally make so many videos spanning out on a certain topic, but any new information comes, I will make a video on it as much as possibly as I can within my free time realm to make a video on it. I will make a video on it because this really dears to my heart that they did this to Tiny Toons. So, yeah, guys, comment, rate, subscribe if you like, if you're new to the channel. And I'm out of here. Oh, well, also hit the bell, too. I'm out of here. I'm the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace!